Welcome to today's episode of 360 Sports. Today we're talking NFL. I'm Charlie Drexler, and I'm here with analysts Nick, Owen, and Chase. Today's headlines, we have three good headlines today. There are no undefeated teams left in the NFL. With both the Eagles and Bills losing yesterday, is this level of priority across the league good or bad for the sport? I'm going to toss it to Nick to start.
Yeah, I was actually on here last week, and we were actually debating who's going to be the first team to lose between the Bills and the Eagles, and it technically was the Eagles by the matter of what time they played at, but both teams lost. Nobody in the league is undefeated anymore. I think it's a good thing for the league. I love seeing like close races, like teams fighting for playoff spots. I love when every game matters. I don't want to see a team coast in the last 3 weeks of the season because they're 13-1, whatever it is. So I think this is good for the league. And also there's some teams that are going to start hot and then they're going to fizzle out. I mean, we saw in 2023 with the Eagles. They were 8-9-0, and then all of a sudden they ended up barely making the wild card game and they stunk. So I think this is good for the league, and we'll see what happens from here.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, I remember back in the day, I would hate to just see like the Chiefs and the Patriots just steamroll through teams every single time. And like, there's no point of putting on the game if you know the outcome. So, I mean, as an Eagles fan, I hate that I don't know if we're going to win a game or not. Like, I do like it when we're killing teams, but for the majority of the league, I have to agree with you that it's nice not knowing who's going to come on top.
Yeah, and I feel like this year, out of like all the years, usually there's one team that usually it's like 6-0, 7-0, but this year there hasn't been one. And to be honest, I'm surprised the Eagles and the Bills both made it this far. The Bills have had a really weak schedule. They beat the Ravens, the Jets, the Dolphins, and Saints, who have a combined record of 3-17. I don't think they're fraud. I think they're frauds. I don't think Josh Allen's going to get into the promised land. The Eagles, on the other hand, I think that the Eagles can make a run for the Super Bowl again. Their only competition's the Packers and the Lions, very competitive NFC West also. But the Bills, I don't see them doing much in the postseason, and I was surprised they made it undefeated this far.
I mean, honestly, for me, I thought the Bills are the better team at the moment. I think they've looked much better. The Eagles, yeah, they squeaked out a lot of good wins against good teams, but they really haven't done – on offense, they haven't looked great for more than 2 quarters at most, and I think it's really – a problem. I mean, yesterday they had some issues. I mean, they scored 17 points and then they fizzled out for like the last 25 minutes of the game. And with the Bills, I mean, they didn't play well yesterday, but they've played much better throughout the year. I mean, they haven't beat anybody really so far, and the Eagles have. But I think the product on the field for the Eagles looks worse than the Bills right now. But I think the Eagles have a higher ceiling than the Bills.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm sorry, my bad. Definitely. It was like a pattern you said about fizzling out. Like last week with Tampa Bay, again, we started off really hot. Put up 20-something points in the first half, maybe a little more. And then we just fizzled out. We barely scraped away with the win. So that's definitely been a problem. Our passing game has been – I wouldn't even say our passing game has been the problem. It's just been having that balance. Like one game we're just too run eccentric. The next we're just too pass heavy. Like this past game, Saquon got the ball 6 times. He's our best player. He's getting the ball 6 times. That's going to be a problem. So we have to fix that going forward.
He did pop up on the injury report with a knee today. Yeah, so that could have played a role into it.
I'm not surprised.
I'm going to have to agree with everyone. I do like seeing teams go undefeated. Or not go undefeated. Yeah. I think it's more fun when there's competition, when there's surprises. I mean, this week we've had 3 really close games. I think that's more fun as a football watcher, especially if it's not your team playing and you're watching just 2 teams play well together. I can't complain with these teams losing, except that Bills game was really close.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was sloppy, but the Patriots got done. I'm sure the Bills expected to score more points. It's kind of what they do. Like their offense is a unit. They didn't go. They went in thinking they would win that game. They didn't. But yeah, and the Eagles, I think they're legit. Like I said before, I wouldn't be worried if I were an Eagles fan. They've had a really tough start of the year, and even the Broncos. That's a pretty hard loss. The Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs are all good teams. So I wouldn't be ashamed of losing that game. Still 4-1.
Yeah, I just think it's what you see. The Eagles don't pass the eye test on offense at the moment. On defense, They absolutely do. I mean, their defense has been elite so far. But for me, it's really the eye test when it comes to the offense. You kind of sit there, they're in shotgun, they're going to throw it. If they're under center, they're going to run it. I mean, the percentages back it up. So I just really think they got to figure it out on offense.
Do you think Kevin, our coordinator, Kevin Patullo, is the main problem? Or do you think there's another factor as to why our offense has been so stagnant?
I think it actually comes down to him and Jalen Hurts. I don't think Jalen Hurts has played up to his potential yet. The Eagles love to not use the middle of the field, and I think that's been one of their main issues. And they just really haven't had a perfect balance yet. It's been either all pass, no run, or too much run, no pass. So I think it's really got to come down to finding a balance, which takes a little bit of time.
I think great points, everyone. We're going to take it to our second headline today. The Texans dominated the Ravens 44-10, with Lamar Jackson out with an injury for the Ravens. Does this loss prove how much Lamar means to Baltimore, or are the Ravens just a bad team overall? Chase?
So I was actually at this game yesterday. My dad's a season ticket holder, so I was at the game. And the only plus side of the game is I did make it on TV for like a split second. But other than that, this game
Nice.
sucked. I was out by the start of the third quarter. That was the quickest I've ever left the game.
Beat traffic.
Yeah, beat the traffic. But the Ravens, I do want to note they were without Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Ricard, Marlon Humphrey, and Ronnie Stanley. So that's basically what's that? 7 Pro Bowlers out. So and plus more people. That's a lot of people out. It's hard to ask a team to beat someone without that many star players, but still. They've just been disappointing all season, and with or without Lamar, they won't have won that game, especially when your defense is giving up 44 points. And actually, read this stat today, just to show you how much the Ravens defense lost their identity. In 2000, the year that they won their first Super Bowl, they allowed 165 points the whole season, and this year they've already allowed 177 points in 5 games. So that should tell you something itself. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you look at that Ravens defense, and I mean, their defense is awful. I mean, we can talk about Lamar all you want. Lamar's important, but you can't win games when you're giving up. They've given up 37 or more points in all their losses so far. Like that's atrocious. Like that's terrible. I mean, they're giving up 407 yards a game. Like that's terrible. Like how are you supposed to win a game like that? You're asking your offense every week to put up 400 something yards and 35 plus points. It's not how you win football games. I mean, they're awful against the run. They're awful against the pass. I mean, at this point, I think I'm going to declare the Ravens dead.
Yeah,
I mean,
would have to agree.
I mean, they're playing the Rams next week, who have been shaky, but I think they're going to lose that game. You got the Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, and you got Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals. So I mean, it's not. They got a lot of games that are going to be toss-ups, but I really think that they're dead at this point. I mean, there's nothing really that they can do to come back. I think at this point, because I mean, you're going to lose a couple here and there, and we don't know. I mean, they said 2 to 3 weeks for Lamar, but I mean, soft tissue injuries, Lamar's not going to come back at 100%. So, and the way this defense is playing, I don't think it's going to get much better. So, in my opinion, the Ravens are dead.
I agree. I think their injuries are rocking the Ravens this season. Last week, there was 5 injuries out on the game. People were just leaving constantly, especially with this Lamar injury. I agree. These soft tissue injuries are not easy to heal. It's his hamstring, right? So that's obviously an important muscle in this run game for him, and he's a big runner. So I really don't see the Ravens recovering from this well. I think their record's going to take a big hit, and I think they're going to be losing these close games.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with everything you guys said. I mean, they're the 31st ranked defense for a reason. They just can't seem to figure it out. Even on offense too. Like, they're putting up decent numbers on offense, but we've seen in the past they can't close out games. Like especially in week 1 against the Bills. I was just like, I mean, that was a great game to watch. I enjoyed them choking that lead because I wanted the Bills to win.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be up that much in the fourth quarter and lose that game. I feel that's just been a common theme. They put up the points, but they just can't. They can't hold out.
Yeah. Well, I want to add, I think it's a coaching problem. I've been saying that. And when I was watching the game on Sunday, I was thinking the exact same thing on Saturday. At least this loss might get Franklin fired. It didn't. At least this loss might get Harbaugh fired. And it didn't. So if I was the Ravens president, Steve Bisciotti, I would fire John Harbaugh. I know all he's done for the organization, but even the Super Bowl win back in 2012, I don't really think it was his doing. It was more Ray Lewis's doing. So I would fire him and upgrade Chuck Pagano to the head coach. And then I'd allow Ray Lewis back to be the defensive coordinator and let go of Zach Orr because he's a good guy, but his defense has just been like flat out horrible this year. And last year wasn't good either, considering the stars that he had. So.
Okay, some hot takes. What would you say, since you were at the game, how was the energy in the stadium? Do you think the Ravens were being lifted up by their fans or really being brought down?
No, I mean, we weren't booing. It wasn't like a Philly game in there, but it was pretty rough. I know Harbaugh received some boos on the way out, and even at the start of the game, the stands were half full. And that, I mean, I don't blame any of the other fans for leaving earlier and not even going because this team really doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
I jump back to your point about with firing Harbaugh. I don't think it's time. It's week 5, and they've been decimated by injuries. I really don't think they're going to fire him until maybe the end of the season. I mean, it might be a time for change. I mean, they haven't really won anything in the last, 13 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it might be time. I mean, he's done a lot. He's obviously a great coach, but, all great coaches are going to have to get fired at one point. So I think it might be time for Harbaugh, but, I mean, they really have no identity, I think. That's the thing that kills them. Like, you could say, oh, at least our defense is good. We can run it with Derrick Henry. They don't have a defense to control the clock. So I really think the Ravens, they have nothing going for them at the moment, and they need to find some form of spark or identity in the next couple weeks. Or, like I said, they're already dead, but they'll be even more dead.
Yeah.
Do you think they can make the playoffs? Like, do you think they still have a shot?
Well, actually, somehow they're still favored to win the AFC North just because it's such a weak division this year.
AFC so low this year.
Yeah, usually the AFC North is one of the most competitive divisions, but this year it's just horrible. I think the Steelers are going to win it, and they deserve to. They've been playing a lot better than the Ravens.
Yeah, root against your own team.
Yeah, I like the Steelers to win that division at the moment.
Okay, so we're moving on to our third headline today. Cam Ward picked up his first win against the Cardinals, though not without some help from Amari DiMercato. Will Ward continues to find Will Ward continue to find success in the NFL? I'm going to take this to Owen.
I think he definitely will. I just don't think it's going to be with the Titans. The Titans, they're god-awful. Like, it's not even close. They're the 25th ranked defense, 32nd ranked offense. Cam Ward's been sacked 19 times. Surprisingly, he hasn't gotten hurt yet. He's getting abused at the line of scrimmage. His receivers are dropping balls. It's just like he can't. Like I think he's the potential to become a very good quarterback. He's got to dial back his turnovers a little bit. But he's a rookie. Like those are like the kinks you got to work out. But it's just not going to be on the Titans. He's gonna his career's going to die if he stays on the Titans.
Yeah.
Well, Cam did pick up an impressive stat. So he is the first rookie quarterback since Daniel Jones in 2019 to overcome at least an 18-point deficit to win a game. So I do agree he definitely has some weaknesses. I think his mentality needs to be raised. I think he needs to be more confident in how he plays the game. But I guess that's a good stat to put on the board.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was a pretty wacky way to get his first win. I don't know if any of you guys watched the game, but they, like you said, they were down 18 points. Like going in the fourth quarter, it should have been 27 points, but the Cardinals player dropped the ball before the goal line. And yeah, I mean, he got his first win, which is nice, but I think he needs more weapons on offense. He doesn't really have anyone. Calvin Ridley's getting pretty old, and he's wide receiver one. And as for the Cardinals, I know it wasn't mentioned, but I think Kyler Murray needs to get out of Arizona for his good and the Cardinals' good. I think he's a good QB. It's just not the right fit in Arizona for him.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree. I mean, I think Cam Ward is going to be a legit quarterback. I mean, there's some things he does that you just can't teach. I think I can't remember if it was, I think it was week 2. There's a player who was rolling to his right in the red zone and threw across his body to the left side of the end zone for a touchdown. It was that's something you can't teach. So he has traits like that, but I mean, he's playing in a tough situation. I mean, Tony Pollard's not the same player he was for the Cowboys. Yeah. Tajay Spears just came back from IR. I mean, his receivers, I mean, he has nobody to throw to. Calvin Ridley is not the player he was in Atlanta 4 or 5 years ago. And then he's thrown to an old Tyler Lockett who is not the same as he was in his prime years in Seattle. So I really don't think it's a Cam Ward issue. I mean, he's going to have growing pains as a rookie, and we've seen that in some games. But I really think it comes down to it's going to take him probably 2 or 3 years to, get him an offensive line so he's not getting pressured every single play. And, you got to get him some more playmakers on offense. And I think it's going to take some time for the Titans, but I think there's no better guy to do it for the Titans than him.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the Rookie of the Year. Some rookies have made their mark early on in the NFL season. Let's go to the board and give our pick for either offensive or defensive Rookie of the Year.
All right, so I'll start. My rookie sensation, I think it's a lock for offensive Rookie of the Year. It's Emeka Egbuka. He's been playing absolutely out of his mind. 445 yards on the year within what, 4 games, something like that. 5 touchdowns. He's taken over that spot for Mike Evans while he's been hurt, and he's a deep threat. He can play anywhere on the field. Deep threat in the slot, around the corners. Like, he's just a spectacular player. I mean, even though he's from Ohio State, which we all hate, I can't deny how amazing he's been, and he's going to continue to succeed in this league and definitely win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I mean,
strong pick.
Yeah, I agree. He's looked incredible so far this season, and even with how many receivers the Buccaneers have with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, he's still been their wide receiver 1, and it's pretty impressive, I think.
Yeah, he's filled that role in nicely too, because I mean, Chris Godwin started the year on IR or on the PUP list, I guess, and then Evans got hurt, and he stepped up and been that guy for them, and I mean, he's probably going to be the best receiver out of this class, and the Bucs found a legit guy. I mean, they have 3 guys. They're going to be tough to defend in just a couple weeks when Mike Evans comes back.
Yeah. I mean, he's carrying my fantasy team, so I'm going to have to agree with everything you guys said.
All right. I guess I'll go with my pick. Opposite from Ohio State, I'm going to go with Penn State alum Tyler Warren. He's already got 307 yards receiving in the season, and he's on pace to hit 1,000. And the Colts are starting to use him a bit more, like he was used at Penn State under center, running the ball. He's a very versatile guy, and I think his production is just going to go up.
I can definitely see that too. I'm obviously going to argue my take more, but he's been playing phenomenal. Like this Colts offense is thriving. He's one of the main reasons why offense has been thriving. He's making tough catches. He's just being consistent so far this year. I love his play.
Yeah, I think he's giving what Daniel Jones needs. He's giving him that security blanket that he needs, and he's an impact player once he gets the ball in his hand. He's a yak monster. So I actually love that pick. I mean, both those guys are balling out, and I don't think you go wrong with either one of them for Offensive Rookie of the Year so far.
You ready with your pick?
Yes, I am. All right, so my pick, I'm actually going to go to the defensive side of the ball, and I'm going to go with Jahad Campbell from my Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, I know I'm an Eagles fan. It might seem a little biased here, but this guy's been an impact starter from day one. I mean, he's got 33 tackles so far in the year, 18 solo, and I mean, he's given the Eagles an elite pairing on the defensive side of the ball at the linebacker position. You got Zach Bond, who was already an All-Pro last year, paired with the rookie, who's just an athletic freak. I mean, that guy's an athletic freak, and I mean, there's nothing you can really do against coverage against their linebackers. I mean, there was a play against the Cowboys in Week 1 playing cover 2, and that he had that hole in that middle of the field, and he made a beautiful play to break up a seam route. And he had an interception 2 weeks ago now against the Buccaneers that won them the game in the red zone after he got burned. So this guy, he's resilient. He's making plays for the Eagles, and I think right now he's my take my favorite to win the Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, as a fellow Birds fan myself, I would definitely have to agree with that take. I love Jahad Campbell. I love his play. It just feels like he's everywhere in the field. Like wherever the ball is, it seems like he's always in that area. I think he's going to continue to just become an absolute stud for this Eagles defense.
Yeah, he's got a high PFF grade too, 83.4 coming into last week. They haven't dropped the rankings yet so far, but he's playing like one of the best in football.
Yeah, and one of the best in football. That goes along with the Eagles defense. They always seem to have an eye for talent on the defensive side of the ball, and he's just going to continue to add to this defense, who's already pretty good.
Listen, they've never really had good linebackers.
Yeah.
It's always been that front four, but they finally found some linebackers in Philly, and I think it's a good thing for them.
We've had a few decent guys. We like TJ Edwards. I always liked him when he was on the team. I thought we had.
He's a one year wonder though.
I mean, when he was with us, I think he had a good year. So
yeah, they never had two guys like this though. And I mean, it shows.
Yeah, defense wins championships. So
yes, they do.
We'll see.
Okay, let's go with my pick. Okay, so for my Rookie of the Year, I'm going with Cam Scatterbo. So we're actually going to see Nick's pick against my pick this Thursday. You know what? I think this might be a shocking pick for some people, but personally, maybe it's because of his energy, maybe because I find him funny. Like Cam's mom said once, he has run into telephone posts with his pads. He just has the energy. He knows what to do. He is running into people with the ball. He really doesn't care how he gets across, how he gets that first down. He's really doing it. After the game against KC, he did win Pepsi Rookie of the Week. So I think he's going to keep progressing this season, and I can't wait to see what he does.
Yeah, I think Cam Scatterbo, he hasn't hit his ceiling yet, but I think he will. Tyrone Tracy just got out, so I think his touches are only going to increase. And I mean, now, we're looking at the fact he's probably taking that RB1 role, and I mean, I like the way he runs the football. He's hard, physical. I mean,
he's a nut job.
Yeah,
he's a psychopath.
He's a psychopath.
That's what they need,
though.
The Giants need a psychopath.
You know what? I think that might change the Giants' season. They've been in the gutter for a very long time, and maybe Scatterbo, his disturbed mental status, might
he definitely brings excitement to the game. So that's a plus.
100%.
Just a young player to look to have some promising.
He was
the
fun
Giants
at Arizona State. He was fun at Sacramento.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be fun this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Can't wait to watch
Jackson
more.
Dart too. You got two rookies who are playing well, so it's good things for the Giants.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, ready? Everyone's got their favorite stadium and favorite NFL stadium, from FedEx to SoFi. There are some ugly and some beautiful NFL stadiums. Let's blind rank 5 random NFL facilities. Okay, first one.
5.
Yeah, I think this.
I think this is a clear. I'm fine giving rid of that 5 spot easily.
Yeah, I'm okay
It's just not
5.
pretty. It's just honestly just ugly.
Too much
Very
yellow.
ugly.
It looks like they're sitting on mustard, and we see the Heinz outside the stadium, so maybe it is.
All right, so we're putting
We're
that
good with the
Go
5
with
spot.
5, okay.
Yeah, that's what I
All
like.
right. Let's see.
All right.
State
It's
Farm.
solid.
State Farm. That's a pretty.
They've had some Super Bowls there, hosted there recently. Which,
Don't hate
Is that the
it.
Cardinal Stadium?
Yeah, they have
Cardinals,
like
It's
a
a
good
pretty
grass,
modern
yeah.
stadium, I would say.
I'm
if you
comfortable
would
with
look
like
at
the
that.
3.
Yeah, I think
I think 3's a good.
There's
pick.
definitely worse out there.
There's
Definitely had some
better,
cool moments in the stadium
Yeah.
for sure, but I wouldn't say it's the most appealing one to go to.
Yeah.
Most
From the
energetic,
outside too, it
definitely
doesn't
not.
look that great.
Yeah.
But the inside is pretty.
A little paint job would be nice for
Yeah.
it. It looks like,
Yeah.
but
All right, so we'll put that 3.
We'll
Yeah,
go
definitely.
3.
That's what
Okay,
we're
3.
All right. Ooh,
I mean, this
all
is
right.
like
It's
a classic. This classic. I think
in the break.
They used
still
to
have the
own
There
the
could be
break,
something
stadium.
better.
There
I don't
was
know.
really good games at the
I'm not
Patriots
sure.
back a couple years ago.
Honestly, I think it's just a classic stadium. I think you got to put it at number 2.
I wouldn't mind putting
Okay.
it to.
Yeah, I want to
me
leave
too.
number
I
1
think-
open for
yeah.
sure. It's a good place to catch.
Take a
I think
gamble
we're
here?
going to get a better environment
I think
with our
so,
next
too.
2.
Yeah. All right, that's
Ooh,
one. I'm going
Skull
1 for this.
Vikings,
So
okay.
this is my favorite stadium. I've never been to it or anything.
Is that
but
a covered stadium?
yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it
It's
is.
all
That's pretty
glass.
automatic
cool.
bonus
All
points right
glass.
there.
And from the outside, looks like a Viking ship. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I'd say
If we're
it's-
talking facilities, that's.
The environment
Top
too is
notch.
just. I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't really factor in the stadium, but I
Yeah.
think
So
the
we
environment.
have 4 and
adds a
1. are we?
I'm putting.
I mean, I don't really know if I want to give away the
What
top
if we
If
get,
spot.
like-
Lincoln Financial Field is on 1, like I'm gonna be pissed if I put it at 4. Like that's just my
What if
automatic
SoFi
one.
comes up and?
I'm putting
So-
this. I think this is better than SoFi. SoFi
Okay.
is a bit
All
cookie
right,
cutter.
you drive the boat here. You want to
Okay,
go?
All right.
you're
Yeah, I'm
picking.
going,
I'm going
you know,
with one. I
I'll
think
be all
I
right
think-
with one.
Okay,
The Eagles
Ron.
did win a Super Bowl in the stadium,
We
so
did.
I'm cool
I
with
think the
it.
next one's
All right,
gonna
Okay,
be,
one.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be the Commanders. All right. I
Okay.
told you.
Badass.
There we
All
go.
right,
You know,
So,
I
Beautiful.
probably
I
said
have
they are
been-
the worst stadium
I've
by
been to
far
the
on
stadium
this
before.
list,
It's
but
disgusting.
yeah.
Okay.
If I had to switch one
First-hand
thing,
experience
it's
for how
awful.
disgusting the stadium is.
100%. Yeah, it's
they almost
just
killed
not
Jalen Hurts like 3 years
exactly.
ago.
Yeah,
I'm hearing a lot of cons. This is a solid 4.
this should have been 5.
This should have been
honestly.
five.
This shouldn't even be on the list. There should be like a level below 5.
Yeah.
honestly.
Hey, I
Put it
mean,
at
they
6.
are
I think we
getting a new
got some
stadium
pretty
soon.
basic
Yeah, they did.
stadiums shown to us. I think there's definitely some stadiums that are
Definitely that were left
have
off.
some electric fans and a lot more. So what's our final ranking? What do we have at 5?
We had Hines,
Acrisure,
right?
We had-
Acrisure now.
yeah, it's Acrisure
I
now.
think we should put that at 4.
Well, we can't change it.
Yeah.
It's at 5. We got this one at 4,
Okay.
At
FedEx.
4, yeah.
Where do we got at 3?
State Farm at 3.
2.
Gillette
Yeah.
Stadium.
Okay, and then number 1.
Skull Vikings.
Okay, so I
I'm
mean,
not angry with that.
No, I
list.
think it's a
think we
pretty
did-
solid list.
I
Not
think
bad.
facilities-wise,
I just
Viking
think I'm glad we
definitely-
didn't put what's it, USA Bank Stadium in the 4 hole, and
Yeah.
would have ended up with this at 1.
That was a
would have
good.
been pretty
That was a
bad.
good business decision right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
made a
was.
good call on that
Good
one.
shout,
Thank
good
you.
shout.
Yeah.
Shout out Chase for that one.
Appreciate it.
Okay, moving on. The Chiefs take on the Jaguars, who have surprised many this season, storming out to a 3-1 record. Who are some of the key players, and who takes the matchup tonight?
I'd say Travis Etienne. I think he's been playing like a top 5 running back this entire year. He's actually he's 5th in total rushing yards so far, and I think he's made tons of explosive plays for this Jaguars offense. I think he's going to continue to do so. He's going to have a good night tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one, Owen.
Ooh.
I'm going with
All
the
right,
Chiefs
man.
tonight. I like the Chiefs. I mean, they are going into Jacksonville, but I don't really think Jacksonville's a good football team. They have no quality wins. I mean, they beat the Panthers. They lost to the Bengals, and that was the game that Joe Burrow got hurt. So Jake Browning led them to a comeback victory. The Texans, who I don't really think are that good of a football team, they beat at home. And then they did go into San Francisco, beat an injury-riddled 49ers team, who I actually think are a solid football team. I don't think they're that great. But, I mean, nothing from the Jaguars stands out to me. I mean, their offense has been all right. Brian Thomas Jr. has just not really been the player he was last year. I mean, that obviously can all change with a couple-week stretch, but they really got to get him going. And, like, Travis Hunter, he was number 2 overall pick. I think he's more of a defensive player. Hasn't been
waste
really.
of a pick, honestly.
He hasn't been playing on
Absolute
the
waste
defensive side of the
pick.
ball, and he hasn't been good on the offensive side of the ball.
Did he
I'm
score a
gonna.
touchdown yet?
I don't know if he
believe
has.
so.
I don't believe he has. Like that doesn't surprise me either.
But like the Chiefs are getting healthier, and I mean, I really think that Mahomes had his best game in a long time last week against the Ravens. I know the Ravens
You saw
are
who he
not
was
very
going
good.
against.
Yeah, but I think that's what he kind of needed, and I'm going to trust in Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's a top 5 quarterback. You could argue he's the best in the league. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, so I'm going to go with the guy who's been there, done that, versus Trevor Lawrence, who's been up and down. He's been down more than he's been
I
up.
didn't say they were going to win. I just said watch out for Travis. Listen, premise. I know the Chiefs are going to win. I didn't say the Jags are going to smoke him. I just said Travis Etienne would have a good game.
That's my bad on that. But
I was like-
Travis Etienne is a good player.
You know
but-
what?
yeah.
I think I'm okay with the Chiefs losing. Do I think they're going to lose? No. I do think they're going to come out with a win, but I'm okay with watching them kind of hit their downfall. I think they've been hot
isn't?
for a long time. I know. They've been hot for a long time, and I think it's time for someone else to take that reigning Super Bowl run. I mean, they've been in the Super Bowl for the past couple of years. I think the Chiefs are just I think they need to lose.
I mean, I agree with you. I think the whole NFL community, other than Chiefs fans, wants them to lose, but I don't think they are. I actually think they got their spark back when they win against the Giants. And then, especially against the Ravens, they had such a monster game offensively. Patrick Mahomes is starting to gain his confidence back, and as well as that, he's getting some of his receivers back. So the offense is starting to look a little bit more like the Chiefs' offense we've seen. And I think they're going to beat the Jaguars. I know that I want to see a big game out of Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to give you his stat line. He's 25-39 all time on his career. So he's been extremely mid as a quarterback. And they paid him all this money. He needs to live up to his expectations like he did at Clemson. And if the Jaguars want to have a winning season or make it to the playoffs, they need Trevor Lawrence to start showing up. I know we've been saying this year after year, but it's now or never for him.
We've been saying this for like 3 years
Yeah.
though. It's just like, oh, this is his year. Like it's been the same thing every
I think
single
What was
time.
it? 2 years ago they made the playoffs and he was good.
Yeah, and yeah.
Well, it's
Listen,
only been
I'm-
2 years, so You never know.
I'm all for a Trevor Lawrence revival game tonight, but I mean, we even talked about that Chiefs defense. I mean, Steve Spagnuolo. I'm sorry. He's one of the best defensive coordinators this game's seen in a long time, and I mean, that Chiefs defense has been stout for a long time. So, I mean, I really see the odds are stacked against them, and I think I'm going to go with the Chiefs. These guys are proven, they're battle tested. I don't really see how the Jaguars can really break through other than Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter going off.
Maybe the Jags will be good in the red zone tonight. Maybe Lawrence will throw some good touchdowns to Hunter Long. Who knows? I think it could be a good game, but I really do think the Chiefs are going to come out and win. Unfortunately, as we all agree, I think we want their downfall.
But do the Chiefs make it back to the AFC Championship game?
Absolutely.
Probably.
I absolutely think they will. I think they're going to win it too.
Win the whole thing or just the AFC Championship?
AFC Championship.
Yeah, you don't think Josh Allen's gonna? I mean, I know you say you don't buy into it.
I
don't
buy into Josh Allen.
I would love Josh Allen to get some wins for the Bills. I mean,
the baddie effect. He's got Haley Steinfeld. It's the baddie effect. He should.
You know what? I think we should count on that. Haley Steinfeld. Carry it.
All right. So my predictions for NFC Championship and AFC Championship. I think it's going to be the Chiefs and either the Lions or the Packers. I think it's going to be the Lions, to be honest.
I wouldn't mind the Lions.
I think it's going to be the Lions and Chiefs. I think the Lions might win it, but we'll see.
I think Nick Walsh is saying we're both going to completely disagree with what you just said. I see the Packers. I see the Packers. They're a very good team so far.
Another green team.
You said what? Another green team? Yeah, I guess so. But it's at the end of the day, it's the Birds. Jalen Hurts is a winner. He gets the job done. We had this great team around. Remember last year the Eagles were 2-2. Everyone wrote us off. We got to work out the King slip. We got to give us some time. And then we went basically undefeated the rest of the season. Killed it in the postseason. No one could stop us. So I think once we figure it out, however long that may be, we're going to be right back where we left off last year.
Figure it out.
We're going to figure it out.
They haven't been low for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going to hold off on the NFC side, but I'm going to go to the AFC side first. I think we're going to see Chiefs Bills again. I think this time Josh Allen gets over the hump, though. I mean, I know you said you weren't big into the Josh Allen hype, but I think it's time. I mean, the guy. He's probably the best quarterback in football at the moment. I just think what he can do with his legs. I mean, I don't think the Bills have an X factor, a wide receiver, which sucks. But James Cook, he held out, got his bag, and he's playing well right now. So I mean, I really do think that the Bills have it this year. I really don't see anybody else coming up. Maybe the Chargers or the Broncos come out of the AFC, but I really think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be the Bills, Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen's going to compete hard against the Chiefs, especially their defensive line. Josh will run. He will do whatever he can to really throw that ball. He was taking hits last night. So I really think that that's going to be a competitive game. I mean, for me personally, I do want the Bills to come out of it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a regular season game, I think they do play in the regular season this year.
They do.
They do, yeah. Josh Allen, the Bills will win that game. They always beat them in the regular season, but when it comes to playoff time, especially in Arrowhead, or even at the Bills Stadium, whichever one they're on, I think the Patrick Mahomes is going to get
they play Week 9. I think it's at the Bills.
I mean, those are both really good stadiums to play in. Those fan bases show out. It's going to be electric.
Chiefs fans aren't. They're all right.
That's
they feel the
Bills Mafia. I can definitely agree with that.
Both places are tough places to play.
Bills Mafia is pretty intense.
But for my NFC side, I mean, I think I'm going to have to go Eagles, and I'm going to go Packers on this one. I mean, I think the Packers. I mean, we've seen some up and down. They lose to the Browns, I believe it was, and then they tied to the Cowboys, but. I mean, I really think it comes down to Jordan Love for the Packers. And honestly, I think the Lions are pretty good, but I don't think the Lions are good enough. You know, they lost both their coordinators and they have a lot of talent, but I think that's going to play a role into it. And I think, with Micah Parsons adding to that Packers defense, I really think for all the weapons they have at receiver, a bunch of really solid guys, I think they're going to face the Eagles in the championship game, but I'm going to have to go with my Birds on this one.
Okay. It was great to hear from all of you. We will just have to see what happens tonight live at 8:15 for the KC. That's going to be all for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to 360 Sports and tuning in for 360 Sports NFL. As I'm joined by Nick, Owen, and Chase. Make sure you check out tomorrow's NCAA football.